Hello everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I'm gonna make another drawstring bag. Mostly because totally because my cousin asked for one. This one is for herself, not to give as a gift. She is going to give the purple one as a gift, and I have that one right here. Let me raise you up a little. And I did this one totally on the sewing machine, and it's just, I need to redo the straps. It's just this on the inside, which I think is very pretty. It's very large. Hers is not going to be this big, I don't think. Might be close, but anyway, it's some of my favorite fabrics, and I was going to give this to my granddaughter, but it ended up being too big. The one I made for the other granddaughter was much smaller. I was limited on that fabric, so I ended up making a second one for the one who wanted the purple. So anyway, well, they didn't ask for them. They got them from me anyway. I have no idea if they're using them. There's a lot going on in that neighborhood as far as family, you know, family dynamics. Not always the best in our world. But anyway, I hope this finds you doing well. So this one's going to be in green because my cousin is like totally Irish, which I explained in the other video. I pre-cut my squares, and I cut my squares, and I cut my batting shorter than my squares, smaller than my squares, because I have found that's the best method for me. And then what I do is I use these edges to attach them to each other like this, and that helps me attach them. And so this will be a lot smaller than it looks. This is a Celtic symbol, and I'm going to stitch this on here, but first I'm going to stitch around this. I think I may stitch this first and then do seed stitches and other various stitches around here. Probably put some, you know, some little lace on here, maybe somewhere along here. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. I was going to do this on a separate piece and then put that on here with a bunch of lace around it. I may still do that too. I'm not really sure. This is one of the hearts from my 100-day heart challenge, and I figured I would put it on here. I backed it with just an old sheet, the cotton from an old sheet, so that the threads wouldn't catch. And it's going to be a pocket on the front. And I'm sure that I will, once I stitch this on, I'll do a bunch of decorative stitches around that too. Maybe add some lace to it. I don't know. I don't know. I could, you know, I could do a little of this and, you know, just put stuff around it. But I can't put lace all the way around it because it's going to be a pocket and the lace would get in the way. So yeah, so there's going to be stitches. This is the bottom. I only have a little bit of this fabric. It was given to me in a pack from a friend. And, boy, is that crooked. And so that's going to be a bottom. And what I do on these is I make the yo-yos be like the feet, so the bottom of this doesn't wear out as fast, because that's, oops, that was not smart. This bag is what I'm keeping all of my leftovers from previous manipulated fabric hearts in. And then when I have ones that I like all together, I will make a heart with various colors in it. They're adding up quickly because I tend to overmake. Okay, so that's the bottom. And then this is going to be the lining. I like to do the lining in lighter colors because it's just easier to see inside a dark bag like that. So that's the lining, which we're not doing anything with right now, but there will be pockets in here. I'm probably going to take, I have a little bit of this fabric left, And I may do some pockets out of this because this is like a, I want to say it's almost an upholstery fabric kind of thing, but this piece is all I really have left. So, you know, a pocket like this is probably going to show up in there. Or it might go all the way across. Of course, that'll be sewn down. And then I can catch the edges in the seams of the bag and then cut them back as I'm putting them together. So I'll use that. I have some other bright colors to use inside as well. So let me show you. I have not bright colors, but I have other shades of green. So I have that, which is really pretty. I don't know if I'll use it. I have stuff like that. I have some of those. I have this, which is really, really fun and bright, but I don't think it's her style. So I think that'll be a pocket on the inside. I haven't decided all that stuff yet. It's all to come, to be determined. And of course I have my threads and I need to put this aside. I have my threads and beads and stuff. This is the little bucket that I had full of stuff when I was making the heart, which the cousin that's getting this bag is also getting that heart. She just doesn't know it yet. And she doesn't watch my channel. She doesn't watch YouTube at all. So, excuse me. So, I don't know. I'm really struggling with this, with decorating this dark fabric, and I don't know why. It's really crazy, but I'm glad that I can use this heart on it because, of course, the shamrock. So, I'm trying to throw all the pieces I don't need to the side because if I don't do that, I get overwhelmed, too much in front of me, and then I don't get anything done the way I should. All right, let's see. What should I start with? I think I'm going to start with this. Now, I'm pretty sure that's pretty centered because I folded my fabric in half and then put the heart down. And I might need to raise it up just a little bit, only because this, I'll show you. Once that's hemmed, that's really close to the bottom, but that's okay because it's a pocket, so I don't want things to fall out of there easily. So I don't know. I think it's okay where it is. I might nudge it just a little bit. Like I said, I hope everybody's doing well today. Let me see. What I like to do is fold the edges under. And I can see what it's really going to look like once it's sewn all together. I just made vegetable stock for the first time. It's okay. It's very watered down, and I used way too much celery. And I don't like celery. So it really, that's basically all it tastes like to me. I have a huge onion in there. I opened one onion, it was rotten inside. I opened this onion, part of that was rotten inside, but I used the parts that were good. Yeah, it's been one of those days, and I just bought those onions yesterday when we went shopping. So I'm not happy about that at all. At all. Yeah, do I want to, you know what? I'm just going to stitch this down. Just stitch the darn thing down, Martha. I think I'm going to use this. It's a little brighter. A lot of the, I'm finding green tricky to work with. Let me just say that. I didn't think it was such a tricky color, but there are so many different shades of green that they either tend really yellow. That's not the right end. I'm not going to thread that end. Like this is very yellow. The lighter shades are very, very yellow, and the darker shades, you know, sort of go towards the blue, which makes sense. I mean, green is made from yellow and blue. It's just such an extreme. Like, I think this green here is beautiful. That's my shade of green, this deep jewel tone. That's definitely my shade of green. When you go towards this direction, not so much for me. The sage green, that's pretty too. I like that. So, yes. Now, to make this a pocket, I think I should really mark it this way, right? Well, we don't want that stuck back there. I think I'm going to make the opening right there. And let's see if I can get straight across from this. Right there. Straight? Not so much. But then, if you know me, you know I struggle with being able to do anything straight. I think it needs to be. Yeah. Now I think if I start sewing here, that would allow things, I guess. I can always add stitches, right? Right. All right, too many pins. One in the back, one in the front. All right, I'm going to start, maybe. Okay, that's not working. So I'm going to put you down here. Now that I've got my thread in there and I know where I'm starting. Yeah, so making my own vegetable stock was not a failure, but not a success this time either. So, now don't ask me what I'm doing here. I'm not really sure. I always have a hard time starting this stitch. I already blanket stitched around the edge of the heart. However, and there's a lot of thickness to go through, so it's just going to have to be the stab method. Come on, Martha. I want to thank those of you that have been leaving comments. I really appreciate it. Very, very muchly. Hey, more light. Look at that. It's amazing how that works. Is that what I want to do? I think that's what I want to do. I really appreciate the comments and you letting me know you're here. I did get one this morning, which, okay, see, as soon as I start yapping, I mess it up. Which was interesting to me that they asked, and I appreciate it. I don't think you watch my stitching videos. You did ask if I would possibly, it was on one of my older videos, if I would possibly go back to doing, maybe I don't have to stab. Can I do it this way? Let's see. Experiment, Martha. Oops. Golly. Tell you, when my vegetable stock didn't come out well, I should have not tried to make a video. However, we're just going to roll with it. Asked if I was going to get back into mixed media. I don't know. Sometimes I have an urge to do something different, especially when I'm struggling for ideas of what to do with stitching. But I find so much peace and joy in the stitching. It's really hard for me to think about going and digging out all of the stuff it would take to dig out the mixed media stuff. Plus, I would probably have to go do it in another room, maybe somewhere in the basement or something. And I'm just not ready to do that. I used to work in the sunroom, but it really restricted my husband from doing what he wanted to do out in the rest of the house, whether that be watch TV, which was the TV in the living room is right next to, I mean, it's attached to the sunroom. You walk from the sunroom into the living room. And there's only glass doors that separate us, so 2 big sliding glass doors, so it's not very soundproof at all. And then he's forced to wear headphones to watch TV, and if he's cooking or wants to do anything like that, it's just noisy. Not that his cooking isn't noisy anyway, because here in the bedroom where I work, the stove, the refrigerator, I share a wall with that. This bedroom wall right there, which is like 2.5, 3 feet in front of me, is where the kitchen is. So, yeah, a little harder to do. But that's why I usually end up doing my videos in the afternoon, because by afternoon he's sitting down watching TV and not really doing anything. So I just don't have enough space in this room to do mixed media, I don't think. I mean, I would have to go get all the supplies. When I first started doing the stitching in this room, I was going downstairs and looking for stuff every day and bringing it up. And I thought, I can't bring any more stuff up here. There's just no space. So when I finished a specific project with a, like, say, a specific color scheme, I had to take everything back downstairs. Then I figured out a couple of organization things. But right now I have 3 trays of, like plastic bins that are maybe that high. So that's what, 3 inches high, and, bigger than my hands can do on the TV screen right now, or this screen, the camera screen. That's starting to pull in. I don't like that. Yeah, I have 3 buckets sitting on the floor as it is, and they're getting in the way. And one of them is supposed to be for the treasures. The other one is, that's all blue fabric and stuff. I don't want to take all my blue fabric down the stairs and have to go look for it again. And I have yellows and oranges. And I have, what else do I have? I don't know what's in the other bin. I can't tell from here. So they're all projects. So I either need to find another drawer unit like the one I have to my right, which is an IKEA drawer unit. It's the wire one. It has 6 drawers in it. I either need to go get another one of those and find a place in here for that, which that space is sparse, or I just have to do what I always do and store the stuff downstairs, and when I want a certain color, go get it. That's a little uninspiring for me. So it gets tricky having a small space, and luckily I have large space downstairs to store the stuff. I mean, there's a whole finished basement down there, but the basement is open to the upstairs, and at the top of the stairs is the living room, which has the TV and everything in it. So that noise carries downstairs. So I can't really, I'd have to shut myself in the spare bedroom that's down there. I don't want to do that. I just don't want to do that. I'm comfortable up here. There's no real direct light down there from windows. There's one window. Okay, maybe 2 outside windows, but they don't catch the light like the rooms upstairs catch. they're at ground level down there. Up here, we're more up here. So, yeah. It's a conundrum for me. It's way colder downstairs, both in the summer and winter. So there's a lot. There's a lot of going on. Okay. I do not want this all crumpled. I didn't think I was pulling that hard because some of these stitches are quite loose. It's just what happens when you start sewing. Oops. Oh my goodness. But I have had like some thoughts, you know, maybe I should try abstract watercolors because I have all the stuff. I have the watercolor paint, the watercolor paper. I don't have any good brushes. I need to get some good brushes. I have cheapo brushes, which is probably why I'm not successful when I try watercolor. I have, take this pin out, no longer needed. I have, you know, the jelly plate that I haven't used in, what, over 2 years, at least. That's the only pin I have left. And I need that there to mark where to stop. And I haven't picked that stuff up lately. Because even if I do the jelly plate, what am I going to use it for? All that paper. I mean, I have so many marbled papers and jelly plated papers and stuff like that already that I don't use any of it. I used to make cards. I used to love making cards with rubber stamps and, you know, colored pencils or markers and stuff like that. But I mean, nobody sends or wants to receive a card anymore. It's just complicated. I'm not good enough to like, why is this buckling? To join art swaps. I'm just gonna have to mark it somehow. There. I'm just not good enough for that. If I don't put a reminder there, I'll sew all the way up. So there's that. That's part of the reason I need to have something there to tell me to stop sewing. So yeah, I would maybe at some point get back into it. Not to make junk journals. I think part of the problem with junk journals was everything was brown. And I just like color too much. I think I said this the other day as well. I just don't see me getting back into it, to be honest. And I have so many. I've been gifted a couple. Thank you, Robin. I've been, you know, I've gifted mine to other people. I used to sell them on Etsy, but I closed my Etsy store because I don't like the way Etsy is treating its sellers, and I haven't found another selling platform that I would want to do. And to be honest, you know, if somebody wanted to buy something I make, I would just sell it to them. I would have them pay me in PayPal and just mail it to them. So, I don't know. It's so funny. Got up this morning and the weather said it was sunny and 77 out. It wasn't. Well, it might have been 77, but it was really, really cloudy. Really cloudy. Overcast, cloudy. Not nice at all. Then it said this afternoon would be mostly cloudy with some sun peeking out. and the sun is out full force. Stupid weather people. They don't know what they're talking about. So crazy. We had absolutely nowhere to go today. I think we both wanted to get out and do something, but there really wasn't anything to do. The only things I would think to do... Oh, why am I finding this so awkward to hold on to? The only thing that I think we would have done was, you know, if we go to a store, I'm going to spend money. If we go to an estate sale, I'm going to spend money. I don't need to spend any money right now. Don't want to spend any money right now. Look, I'm going to be just shy, watch, of having enough thread. Oh, it's getting too complicated. Oops. Totally just dropped that right out of my thumb. This thumb is not working so well, so... Come on. Good Lord. Sometimes the batting has really thick spots in it, and it's really hard to get the... I'm going to just tie this off. I know I'm not going to have enough, and I'm not going to try and stretch it and end up not having enough to make a knot out of anyway. So I'm just tying it off. It's not like I won't use the same color thread for something else. It's all good. Probably 3 stitches away, but what the heck. Right? Right. Don't knock everything over. So you're not looking at a blank screen or the back of the project. Okay, that's better. No more struggling. Just gotta get up around this curve. Hello? Is that what you were supposed to do? Come on, please. Thank you. I was sort of trying to stay where the previous stitches were. Trying. Key word, trying. Okay, so that's right about there. I need to take that out. And all the little background stitches, I'll just do that in front of the TV. It's a really good project to do in front of TV, is trying, you know, just do the seed stitches or fly stitches or whatever it is that you want to do on the background. But I'm going to have to use light threads because this background is quite dark, which I struggled with a little bit, but I really like it. It almost looks like, well, it is, I think, little plants. So I really like it. All right, let me check. Check, check. I think I'm going to go up to there. Sometimes I just need a straightish line to help me. If you know, you know. Okay. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about the sunshine. Just makes it warm in here in the afternoons because it blows directly into the 2 sliding doors, which are huge. So the blackout drapes, curtains, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, I think that's it. Stop while you're ahead, Martha. Stop. They do a pretty good job of keeping it cooler. Not cooler, keeping the heat from coming in. Let's put it that way. Alrighty. See, this is where I start getting decision paralysis. Does it ever happen to you? Like, that's done. Now what? Now what? What do I do? All right, I have this lace, I have this lace, I have all these little bits out, I have a bit of cheesecloth. I could just like put that down. I have, what else do I have? Put a little bit of this down. I can never tell the right side from the wrong side. Can anybody else? Sometimes it's easy enough, but not always for me. I have a little bit of this. That's kind of cool. Kind of sort of like that. Let's try this. This had to have come out of one of my die packs. I don't remember when or why. Let's see. It's got to be silk. It's clinging to me like absolute craziness. And the silk always clings to me like that. Okay, I don't hate it. I'm going to get rid of this mess down here. That I don't like. It is sticking to my fingers. Come off, please. Go away. Thank you. All right. I'm not hating that. Stay. And then I'll bet you some beads that go in there really nicely. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Sometimes you just have to kind of grab and go with the flow, right? Okay, then we're going to start in the center. So a lot of you may not want to stick this out with me, and I totally understand that. Not like I haven't done these before, but everyone is different. So, and this is what I'm making right now. Now, I don't know if you watch Create and Craft with Christine. If you don't, you should. And she made the cutest little stitch block for an exchange that Annie Claxton arranged on her channel. Arty Farty Annie. And this, I mean, it's so cute, this little square that she made for the exchange. She gave it to someone else, and when they received it, she released her video of it. Now, she doesn't show how she made it. Christine, I wish you would show how you made that one particular square with the pocket in it. So creative. Just absolutely love it. And, oops, surprise, we unthreaded. And I'm sort of trying to think about that kind of idea for this pocket. I want to make some things to go in the pocket. If not this pocket, then maybe the one of the inside pockets. Where am I? Where did I leave off? And she has written a little poem to each of the receivers of her blocks, and she's handwriting them. And I think she said I can't remember how many you're doing, Christine. 21, I think you said. That's a lot. And she's individualizing each person's block. I mean, the thought and the work that she is putting into this is amazing. I mean, some people are just mass producing blocks. Some people are, making them based on what other people like, colors and themes like birds or owls or whatever. And some people are just doing, what they know how to do. But Christine is putting so much darn thought into it. Just amazes me how she pulls these together. And each one is different. She does not do the same thing for each one. But she's also, she made one for Annie Claxton. And she made teeny tiny, they couldn't have been but about that big, maybe an inch big, little, what do you call them? There's a name for it, like a banner, a little tiny banner going across, and each of the little flags of the banner have a little note hidden behind them in a pocket. I mean, I would have never thought that up. I just don't have that kind of imagination. It's not that I wouldn't want to. I mean, I just was not born with that kind of imagination. Now, can I see something, a method or a project that I like and try and figure it out and put my own twists on it? Yeah, I can do that. But as far as original stuff, I'm just not that talented. So, yeah, I'm in awe. I am in awe 99% of the time of what other people can come up with. Just amazing to me. So, I keep forgetting to tell you at the beginning of the videos to pull up something to make and just turn the sound on and listen to me ramble. Or you can turn the sound off and speed watch it on 5 times the original speed, if that's what floats your boat. I'm not doing anything spectacular here. I mean, I'm not the best fabric collager. I am, I give that to many other people that are out there. But I do my best. I show what it's like to do what I do. I would never win any awards with what I do or the way I do it. However, I'm just here to keep you company while you do your projects. And you're here to keep me company while I do my projects. That's how I look at it. All right, can I... See, this one is really dark. When I made these yo-yos the other night, I didn't think about how dark they were. Do I want to cover that up? Not really. That's really close. See, that overhangs the edge. So I'm not going to sew that down to... It might catch when I'm sewing the seams together. But I'm not going to sew that down. I don't want to cover up this knot. And see how dark that is up there? I made a few lighter ones. I could put, that almost gets lost because that's dark too. Let's see. I'll save that for another bit, I think. No, I feel like that takes away from it. I think I'm going to do seed stitches all around this block. And that's just going to be it. So it's a nice little pocket. I mean, I can almost stick my hand in there, but then I don't have really huge hands. So I have fluffy hands, but not. I think I'm going to leave that. Beads. I was going to put beads in there. That's what I was going to do. Okay. I have some of these. I have some more of those. A button. How about a button? That's kind of bright and cute, isn't it? I have an idea. Everybody run. She has an idea. Run for your life. Run for your life. Martha has a thought. Okay. I'm trying to get more creative with my collaging. Fabric and such collaging, and yeah, I wasn't that great with it with paper either, so there you go. Okay, everybody out of the way. I'm going to come up here, stick that button on, not very well though. See, I feel that's a very lemony, limey color, but that's okay. All right. And then I want to come back up here. Maybe. Hello. Where are you? There you are. And I'm going to, I don't want these big ones. I don't want the big ones right now. Uh-oh, run away. Man overboard. Now, the question is, oh, it did go over my needle. Hot diggity. Hot diggity dog. Okay. Put that back down there. I don't know if this is going to work. I want that to, oh, I should have put that. Okay, lesson learned. Lesson learned. That's all right. I'm going to, I had to pull my thread out, so I had to unthread my needle purposely. Why anybody does that purposely, I don't know. Okay, what I'm going to do is put this back down that hole. So that bead sticks in that hole. Stick in that hole, bead. Do as I say. Come up this hole, put the other bead in. Come on. I know I can, I know I can. Go back down. Maybe. That hole. Look, almost looks like a smiley face wearing sunglasses. I don't know. Don't ask me where that came from. All right, so I'm going to put this through here one more time. Go back down this side. So I make sure they stay in. I assume she's going to use this for something. I don't know what, but I want to make sure whatever I do stays. Ooh, I don't want to go through the gauze or the cheesecloth, whatever you call that. Looks like bandage gauze to me, but it's cheesecloth. It's American cheesecloth anyway. Okay, you guys get out of there. Look at that. Doesn't that look like a wig or something? Gosh, I cracked myself up. Okay. Oh my Lord. Probably like my husband, you don't get it, but I love to chuckle at my own silliness. Nobody else does, but I do. There. That is funny. That's cracking me up. Why are you... There's not supposed to be threads in there. There. Okay. I like it. I like it like that. Okay. So, that's it. Wow. That took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. Anyway, well, I sort of had an intro in there too, showing you what I was doing. So, I will try and keep these shorter because I'm sure that's what you all want. So I'm going to stitch around this in the evening, and you know, there will probably be fly stitches and maybe some wagon wheel flowers or something in here. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'm going to try not to veer from the green. There's so many shades of green. I think I can just sort of stick with that. So, you know, like a little yellow slipped in under here. There's a little bit of red right there. That's different. But, yeah, I like that. I'm happy with that. With the stitches around here. Just don't know what thread I'm going to stitch with, but we'll see. All right, I'll show you when I get that done. And until I'm back again with square number 2. There's 4 of them in total. Until I decide what to do with that one and the other 2, all 3 of those, then I will see you in the next one. Take care, everybody. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Bye.